I'm State Senator Katie Muth. I represent parts of Chester, Montgomery, and Berks County in southeastern Pennsylvania in Senate District 44. I want to thank Brittany, Alana, and everyone here at the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission for the invitation to be here today, and thank them for the amazing work that the Commission does every day to protect Pennsylvanians from discrimination. As fundamental civil rights are being attacked at the federal level every day, the work of the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission has never been more essential. I'm grateful to stand here alongside the Commission, Senator Katie, and our colleagues in the House to support the release of the newest edition of the PHRC Fair Housing White Paper. The White Paper makes clear what far too many Pennsylvanians already know from their lived experience. We are in the midst of a deep and growing housing crisis. The White Paper also makes several important recommendations to move Pennsylvania toward a more just and stable housing system. One of those recommendations mirrors legislation that Senator Katie and I have championed here in Harrisburg for the past few sessions. Our bill, Senate Bill 1152, would ensure that no individual in Pennsylvania is denied housing based solely on their lawful source of income, including housing vouchers, pension payments, child support, and public assistance. This protection is not radical. It's not too far off the edge, too progressive. It's fair, and it is long overdue. And Pennsylvania, like much of the nation, is experiencing an affordable housing crisis that is squeezing families, seniors, and working people in every direction. According to the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, between 2017 and 2025, the Commonwealth's median home price increased by over 117%. This is an increase I can attest to in Senate District 44 as the cost of housing has gone through the roof. At the same time, the supply of affordable rental units has failed to keep pace with demand. A lot of luxury units, aren't there? Not affordable, but a lot of luxury units getting built everywhere, pushing rents higher and higher and forcing too many people into impossible choices. Statistics from the National Low-Income Housing Coalition show that in 2025, a Pennsylvania worker earning our state's pathetic minimum wage of $7.25 per hour needs to work over 127 hours per week, or the equivalent of 3.2 full-time jobs just to afford one-bedroom rental in our Commonwealth. And yet, even when people do have the means to pay their rent through stable, lawful sources of income, they can still be turned away. That's because in Pennsylvania, landlords are legally allowed to reject tenants based solely on how they pay their rent. Using a housing voucher, Social Security, disability benefits, child support, all of these things are legally allowed to be considered not good enough to pay the rent every month. This discrimination disproportionately impacts renters of color, women, people with disabilities, deepening inequities that already exist in our housing system. If a tenant has the financial ability to pay their rent in full and on time, it should not matter how they legally earn that money. Our neighboring states like New Jersey and Delaware are stepping up, and now it is time that Pennsylvania protects those individuals and becomes a leader on fair housing issues. Fair housing protections are civil right protections, and I believe that housing is a human right. Every person should have a place to live that is safe, that's affordable, and that is reliable. And we have a responsibility here to strengthen and not weaken already pathetic housing efforts here in our Commonwealth. And I'm grateful to the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission to continue to shine a light on these issues, and I look forward to working together to ensure that every Pennsylvanian has a fair shot at a safe, stable, and affordable housing. Thank you.